We're going to do Judy's Magic Cast On to begin toe up socks. I'm going to be working with worsted weight yarn and size 8 needles. To begin with, we're going to take our yarn tail off to the right. With a decent amount of tail, we're going to need that to wrap around the needles. Pick up the yarn and let it dangle. We're going to use this part, the part that's heading off to the ball of the yarn. Grab it between your index finger and your middle finger. Then let the tail of the yarn drape across your thumb. Grab the two ends of the yarn with your fingers into your palm. This is the part of the yarn that we're going to be working with right here, between the index finger and the thumb. Take your two needles side by side and face them towards that yarn that's stranded between your thumb and your index finger, and that yarn is going to go right in between the two needles. Hold on to the yarn with your index finger of the left hand. Bring the yarn on your thumb down and under the bottom needle. From the back, it's going to come through between the two needles, and then it's going to come up and over the top of the upper needle. So we've made a figure 8. And that's the only time we're going to do that. This first one is different. Now, and you can hang on to it so it doesn't go anywhere, we're going to twist the two yarns together. This twists them in the back and is what's going to mimic a knit stitch. Twist the two yarns together, and we're going to bring the yarn that's over the index finger under the bottom needle. From the front, we're going to go backwards through the middle of the two needles. Yarn on the thumb, we're going to twist, take it to the back. We're going to come forward between the two needles and then up and over the top. Twist, bring the yarn on the index finger under the bottom needle and then through the middle of the two needles from front to back. Twist, yarn on the thumb from the back, comes through the middle of the two needles and over the top. Twist, yarn on the index finger, comes from the bottom of the bottom needle and then towards the back between the two needles. Twist, yarn coming from the thumb, comes from the back between the two needles and over the top. Twist, yarn on the index finger, comes from the bottom around the front of the bottom needle and towards the back through between the two needles. Twist, the yarn on the thumb comes from the back between the two needles and then over the top of the upper needle. And you continue with this motion until you have cast on as many stitches as your pattern calls for. When you're done casting on, the last one you're going to cast on is over the top needle. Your tail is over your thumb. You're going to twist it so that your thumb, the yarn on your thumb comes across the yarn on your index finger, just like you've been twisting it as you've been putting the stitches on. But now you're going to grab it and hold it in place while you drop all the yarn. And then without doing anything else, you're going to simply take your needles and twist them 180 degrees as they are in a plane. Don't do anything else with them or you'll get confused. Believe me, I've done it. You take your bottom needle, pull it out of the stitches, and you're going to, so here's your tail, you're going to hold that tail in place, your working yarn, and you're going to knit across the stitches on the top needle. When you have knit the last stitch, same thing. Don't do anything else with your needles. Don't twist them. Don't see what's going on. All you're going to do is take them from here, twist them 180 degrees. The needle that is pulled out of the stitches, we're going to pull that one back into the stitches. The needle that was in the stitches, we're now going to pull out, and that becomes our working needle. And we're now going to knit across the stitches on the other side. When you get to the end of the row, so this opened up because that's my tail. All I have to do to tighten it down is pull on my tail. When you get to the other side, once again, you're just going to twist your needles in place, pull back on the cable, and pull out your other needle. And for knitting a toe-up sock, you are ready to start your increases.